Council for the 2021-2026 term of office is underway. Acting City Manager Floyd Brink is presiding over the swearing in of those councillors, and Natasha Phiri is standing by for us. A very good afternoon to you, Natasha. Tell us what's happening.
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Nzinga. It's been quite a long morning as half of those 270 councillors here at the Brixton Community Centre actually being sworn in. We saw some ANC members, LGE members and DA members being sworn in. Of course, we're still awaiting those EFF members to be sworn in just a little bit. But just quite interestingly so, earlier on, we saw various ANC members, coming into council, breaking into song, EFF members as well. And the ANC caucus seeming quite confident, Nzinga, of, a win, saying that their ANC mayoral candidate, Mr. Mpumurane, will actually emerge victorious and will actually be the mayor of the City of Johannesburg. As you know, quite interestingly, so earlier on today, we saw the DA federal chairperson, Ms. Helen Ziller, actually, sending out a statement and saying that the claim that the DA must support a multi-party minority coalition is misguided. She had said that this was not going to be possible as a minority coalition in the City of Johannesburg would not be able to govern without the support of the EFF. Now, this actually puts the ANC at the upper hand, but I'm actually joined by the regional secretary of the ANC, Mr. Dada Morero. We'll just actually talk more about this. Mr. Morero, thank you so much for joining us at SABC News. You seem quite jovial, you seem quite happy, you seem quite confident that Mpumurane will actually come back as executive mayor of the City of Johannesburg.
Well, having done our work, having analyzed the numbers, we are confident that indeed we will win as the ANC. We will have the Speaker and the Mayor being elected, and those will be from the African National Congress. I think the attitude of the DA or their position or decision to field a candidate gives us a space in terms of numbers. So we are confident that we will win today.
Let's talk about the other smaller political parties that you aren't, in agreement with, that aren't a part of the GLU. How the conversations around that?
Well, where we are, it's probably about 2 or 3 that are not with us. Majority of all the small parties are with us, which then takes our number to at least 119. So we are confident because you only require simple majority for you to be able to elect the mayor. So we think our numbers are okay. So we will continue. We have enough support from all the 10 small parties, so we should be okay.
And just clarity on the IFP in the City of Johannesburg, are they still with you? We heard the IFP leader last week, Natasha just saying that he would actually go into agreement with the ANC, but mainly in KZN.
The IFP is part and parcel of the coalition, or what we call the government of local unity. So they are in full support of the process. We have concluded all our discussions. So there's nothing that will be different from the decisions that we took on Saturday.
And talking about proceedings today, do you expect, everything to go by smoothly, or the same scenes that we saw in 2016? Do you expect to see the same thing 5 years down the line?
Well, it's difficult to predict that one, but our councillors and the entire coalition of the ANC, we have instructed them to remain calm and disciplined throughout the process, and they should not participate in anything that would probably be about collapsing the meeting or anything. We want them to be disciplined throughout. But remember, there are precedents that would, or legal decisions that would have been done during the period of coalitions, where we would have seen in Tshwane, the court ruled that councillors are not supposed to walk out of council meetings. So there's legal precedents, so we think the meetings will go very well.
Is it not a factor, does it not bother the ANC that the EFF won't be voting for them?
Will be voting
for the ANC?
No, we expected it. We had engaged them in 2016, they said no. We engaged them once again in 2021, they said no. So we're not bothered. Where we are, we do not need their numbers. We are confident with the numbers that we have that will go through. So we're not bothered of the EFF.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Marrero. Of course, Nzinga, there you have it from the regional secretary of the ANC in the City of Johannesburg, saying that they've got numbers on their side. They're not bothered that the EFF won't be voting for the party. And I mean, the DA deciding to actually field its own mayoral candidate in the form of Dr. Mpho is actually giving the governing party the upper hand, which has 91 seats in the City of Johannesburg. Of course, I do implore you to stay tuned to SABC News as we bring you all the latest here at the Brixton Community City Centre. Back to you in studio, Nzinga.
Natasha Phiri, thanks so much for that update.